Things are looking a little different at the Salton Sea these days. We're seeing some action at the lake aimed at mitigating the troubles there. But as morning anchor Angela Chen reports, while parts of the Salton Sea are getting relief, a new problem has surfaced.
These glistening waters are still, but near its edges, a flurry of activity.
It's extremely encouraging to see that it's already working and we're not even done with it.
State officials have been busy fulfilling a promise made long ago to create wetland habitat at the southern end of the lake.
It was started first at the south because given the depth in the very shallow area of the south, we knew that this area will be exposed first and become very emissive and therefore impacting water quality the most.
This massive project covering 4,100 acres is called the Species Conservation Habitat Project. It's the state's first large-scale project here, costing $206.5 million. After a long delay, it's caught back up to its planned timeline, now at 60% completion. The Natural Resources Agency shared its progress with News Channel 3, showing us several major benchmarks it's hit, including interception ditches, perimeter berms for habitat ponds, progress on the saline pump station, which will bring lake water to those ponds, dust control measures, and bird nesting and loafing islands, which is already bringing some wildlife back.
We have a hard time keeping all the wildlife out while we're finishing this project. They already wants to use it, so the interception ditch is already steaming with wildlife.
It's all expected to be finished by the end of 2023. But under the blue, we're looking at the green. $220 million has been devoted to the Salton Sea since 2021 in the state budget, with $40 million given last year and $100 million this year. Officials are still deciding how to use that money, but it'll come in handy because the future of the Salton Sea has hit another obstacle. Southern California gets about a third of its water from the Colorado River, a river that's been getting drier and drier.
The hydrological models that I've seen point out that even the Colorado River, by 2045, will lose at least 35% of its water.
And the thing is, California has to share that water with 6 other states. Now, to deal with the water decline, the federal government is mandating that states commit to a water conservation plan.
That has prompted the Reclamation Commissioner to ask the states to either come up with a plan to reduce between 2 to 4 million acre feet of water, or the federal government is going to step in and they're going to implement their own plan.
And this past Monday was the deadline. Frank Ruiz tracks the Salton Sea for California Audubon. He worries the water conservation mandate, while responsible, will only fast forward the catastrophe at the sea.
We may lose 350,000 acre feet of water flowing into the Salton Sea, exacerbating the already existing conditions. It is going to continue depleting the oxygen in the water, changing the ecosystems. So the Salton Sea is at the brink of a major ecological collapse.
If farmers have less water, they won't be able to grow as much, which means the price of crops will shoot up. Food will become more expensive, and on top of that, farmers will let lands lie fallow, which will increase the amount of dust in the air.
If you ask the hydrologists, if you ask, the professionals in the area, they will tell you the drought is real. The water is becoming more scarce. We need to learn how to adapt.
As Frank puts it, if you don't have water, you don't have anything. At the Salton Sea, Angela Chen, News Channel 3.
State officials have addressed the water conservation quandary, saying in a statement to News Channel 3 in part, the state is working to help ensure that impacts to the Salton Sea are addressed in any plan developed as part of this effort. As part of its statewide drought response activities, the state is already planning for the possibility that 2023 may be a 4th dry year. To see the state's full statement on the impact of the Colorado River Water Conservation Mandate, head to KESQ.com.